Hello, welcome back to our next episode of Champions of the Fae, our penultimate episode, as a matter of fact, which is very exciting. We're going to hop into all of this here very shortly, but before we do, I want to say a few words about sponsors and let everybody introduce themselves and their characters. Our sponsors are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system, and it doesn't... It's not tied to a specific genre, so you can use it to play anything from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. And I have done just about everything in between, including high fantasy and sci-fi with the system. So it's super versatile. It's really cool. You should go check it out. You can get the physical books on Amazon. There's a link there in chat. Or you can get the free quick play guide or the PDF at my coffee shop, which is at the bottom of the screen. Just down there. It's the same address that the donate button is. So yeah, go check that out. It's really cool. And then also go check out my page over on Start Playing Games. startplaying.games/GM/Raven, just like it's spelled there in chat. I run private games, so if you have enjoyed watching me GM on this channel before and you would like to hire me to run a game for you, or if you'd like to hop into any of the existing campaigns that I'm running, you can do so over there. I currently have a time-traveling horror that I'm working on that's really fun. I've got a The Last of Us inspired zombie survival game that's starting up Thursday, and another couple of really cool things. So go check that out. And then finally, Die Hard Dice. They sell some really amazing metal and polymer dice and other accessories. Go check them out at dieharddice.com, and if you use the code BLACKFEATHER, you can get 10% off of your order. And then, not sponsored, but cool thing to go check out is the Children and Champions of the Fae supplement for D&D 5th edition. We're using a lot of that in this campaign. It's pretty cool. You should go check it out. It's pretty awesome. And all of that out of the way, let's introduce our players, starting at the top left with Anna. Tell us about your character and yourself.
Yeah, for the first time in the entire season, I remembered before session that I go first in this game. But yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Buddy most places on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. I'm the associate producer for Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast, and the producer for Emerging Code and Animon Story podcast that you will see some people here on. But I play a complicated character. I play Penumbra, Princess of the Summer Court and the Summer Queen Shadow. But the party knows her as Ileana or Princess Lorelei. They've only seen so many layers into this ruse. But yeah. I made a lot of characters for this game.
Ileanas are like onions. There's lots of layers.
You should see my backstory document. I have different sections for all of the characters.
That's amazing. Next we've got Ian. Tell us about Marosha and yourself.
Hey, yeah, I'm Ian. I play Marosha, the half-orc barbarian. And yeah, I mean, you can follow me on all of my socials at your boy Bing, which is YABOIBIG, and you can see what I got coming up. There's a lot of things that I have to organize, so just stick with me there.
Awesome. Next we've got Par. Tell us about Gren and yourself.
Hi, I'm Par. I play Gren Vicars, a monk cleric multiclass that I'm calling an agent of Lucen, who is contactable apparently, sending a spell I've never used before, and I sorely regret it. It would change this entire game for me.
Awesome. Next we've got M. Tell us a little bit about Ben and yourself.
Yeah, I'm Emily. I'm at Timberdoodles on Twitter. I'm a digital artist, and I play Ben, a human artificer, apparently the only human in all of the Feywilds, or at least the only one we've run into, who would just like to get home. So that will require making it through whatever happens in the fields today.
Awesome. Looks like I'm next. I'm Raven. I'm a professional GM and game designer and voice actor, and I do a whole bunch of other stuff too in the tabletop space. Then I'm playing Othi. Othi is a halfling paladin who's kind of an adventurer by day and therapist by night. She's a lot of fun to play. She tries to help keep the party's mental health together and their physical health in one piece as well, by being the tank. So you'll see more about that soon enough. Next, we've got Zan. Tell us about Varen and yourself.
Yeah, I'm Zan, and I am playing Varen, the forest horror, for lack of a better term, who has taken another level in Barbarian, and so we're going to get to see what that means. I'm doing a lot of things, and they're all really fucking cool, but it's a lot, and so I'm going to hang on to that till the end. And I would just like to remind everyone and our wonderful GM going into this that Varen does have 120 good berries. So be ready for that.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Last but not least, Andy, tell us about your awesome self and this awesome world that you put together for us, and take it away.
Yay, I'm Andy. I built this place and we sent demons after everybody. And we're going to get to that in a little bit. Those good berries are going to come in handy, but they are also in one place. So keep that in mind too. I'll tell you more about myself after the end, but I'm your DM, the world around, and the GM for us right here. I'm a science teacher online and in person, and we'll get to more stuff that I'm up to in a little bit. Where we were last time, though, you all have been off on a mission and a half, going off on your own different objectives at the beginning, finding that they all correlated and tied together and had to do with what was happening here in the Fae realms. As over the past weeks that you've been together, you've realized that there's a plot happening and the hags are behind it, in bringing demons in. Whether it's their idea or not, the objective remains the same. And it turns out that it's hidden away in the city of Mayaea, the city of the Summer Court, where you all have gathered after going around and finding a little bit of reconnaissance yourself, bringing the information back to the queen and the rest of the court, and having a lengthy meeting about what to do next. People were brought in from the outsides of the city as the city began to prepare for whatever was about to happen next. As a lot of you went off to Malone's pub in a final night of celebration, found some rooms, and grew some berries. Well, one of you stayed at the castle and slept there. And we awaken in the morning, where a lot of you are at Malone's pub, waking up to the rustling of the city. You can hear that people are already outside and awake. And as you go downstairs to see a crowded area, Malone is already awake, large, shaggy body moving around this big pot of stew from table to table, serving up every single person. And you can smell it even before you walk down the stairs. As there's an open table, at least. There's a few open tables, but it's very busy for the morning. If there's anything you would like to do before you head off to the castle, we can get that right now. As you have been requested to meet with both Ileana and the Queen before you head off for your destination.
Othie's definitely getting like a giant mug of coffee, or maybe just like a pot of coffee that she just takes the lid off of, and that's her mug of coffee.
Excellent. And Malone has plenty of them to spare.
I think she's pretty anxious to get up to the castle, though, so probably not a whole lot beyond just normal getting ready for the day stuff.
Verhin, having spent the night, I think, like, kind of out in the vineyardy, like, not inside, having asked for the large sack before it made its way out, wanders back into the city proper, still a towering minotaur, with this laden sack over its shoulder, and it opens the door to the inn with a fair amount of force, and looks around for the rest of the party and goes, "Hello, everyone. Verin has brought a gift," and holds the heavy bag of 120 good berries that are all like conveniently jalapeno sized.
That's a lot of good berries.
It is a gift.
Wow.
It will be dangerous today. Everyone should take one.
And yeah, Othi will head right on over and grab one and kind of give Varen a pat on the shoulder, like, "This is really awesome, thank you."
Baroche is there too. He walks over to Varen with this look like, no matter how long we've been together, that I'm still not gonna get used to that. And I'm actually gonna, because did you tell it like it's a huge bag, right? So we noticed that it's a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant bag. Drop it on the ground, boom, and berries.
I'm gonna grab
everywhere.
like 10 of them and just kind of put them in my pocket. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Verin is helpful.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Very
you
much
are.
so.
Is there food?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
We'll enjoy some.
And as you see that, Malone is right behind you with a big bowl of very nice warm stew.
Heck
As
yeah.
you can see that there's a couple of forest guards in here also that look like they are already kind of gotten ready for the morning. Look like they're getting ready to have their next orders, their next assignment. And you all know that they have been made very well aware that there is something to be alert about very soon.
Well, as we're having this nice meal, I think Gren will sort of sit up a little straighter and pull out his holy symbol of well, I say holy symbol, his agent symbol of Lucen, and sort of just put it on the table. I hate to do this while having a meal. No one ever likes to drop interesting news during a meal, but once again, my name is Gren Vicaris. I am an agent of Lucen. Let's start there. I'm an agent of Lucen, the Moonlit King, the exiled one. Any questions?
Do you change your face too?
No.
Are you sure? And he kind of like grabs a cheek.
No, thank you. I'm going to just move that hand away.
What about a demon? Are you a demon?
No,
Are you
dislike-
sure? He grabs his face
Jesus
again.
Christ. Please release my face. Thank you. Once
All
upon a
right.
time, I was known for this face. People used to know who Gren Vicaris was. It's truly strange to be in an age where I am not known, but I was petrified for a while. So there's that.
Do not fear. You will be brave today.
Yes, that's the plan. I'm going to be sticking with you all today. But in the event that I do die, I would like you all to consider freeing Lucen in my stead.
Othi like has no idea, because the player has no idea who this is. So I'm just gonna play it off as Othi also has no idea who this is. So she's just like smiling and nodding, like, yeah, they Moonlit King. That sounds cool. Why are they exiled? Why do we need to free them?
Okay, so Lucen is from the Winter Court, the Moonlit King. The reason for his exile. Oh, jeez. I used to have notes on this. His reason for exile is exposition.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes, the exposition.
got
I
it.
understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
not really that good of a
So-
reason to exile someone.
From the stories that you've been hearing, because Grin, you vanished slightly before Lucid did, and from what you've been gathering is that there was the idea that there was some collusion between him and the Queen of Cats, and the Maiden of Night and Magic, whose wife did not appreciate that. Neither of them gave her any details about what they were actually up to together. But it's true they were together. But what that means, they gave away nothing. Until you've started uncovering bits and pieces of information that they were the ones that got the seed of Meligarius and brought it back to the Winter Court to keep it safe. Trusting nobody with that information, they kept it as close to the chest as they could. But eventually, word got out.
When I get to that
The Summer Court
information,
and everybody else.
I was gonna say, when I get to that information about Lucin and the Queen of Cats being the people who got the seed, I motion the party closer, and this, let's keep this bit to ourselves. But they,
Sure.
So they've done Lucin wrong, of course. I mean, I was not there. I was petrified. I was a fucking stone, useless. So that feels great, but I would love to set that right. But if I do perish in battle, I would love if you would all take into consideration setting that right for me. Contacting the Queen of Cats and working that out. It's nice to be free.
I will definitely put that into consideration. It definitely sounds like they were given the short end of that situation.
Yes.
I promise nothing, but so if my help is needed, I'll figure it out.
That's enough for me.
Yeah. Since we're talking about if we are to die today, which today's as good a day as any, my request is simple. Just put me back in the water.
I will definitely see that done. It's a good point, though. Obviously, we're going to do everything in our power to prevent anyone from dying, but it's something that we should probably think about and accept that we might not all come back from this.
It is unfortunate that you might die.
Yes, it is unfortunate, Varen.
That we might, just us, apparently.
We must not let Varen reach any peril.
No, protect Varen at all costs.
Protect Varen. Protect Varen.
Is completely oblivious to everything.
I raise a glass.
I'll raise a glass to that.
Yeah, Ben also raises.
For protecting Varen.
I motion to the right.
Varen does not need protecting. Varen will protect. Varen will do.
No, you do, right? Because we're all gonna die, but not you. So we're gonna make sure that you're okay.
I try to get the whole bar in on this. Protect Varen. Let's have
Protect
a toast.
Varen.
Varen does not need your protection.
Amidst all the cheers of Protect Varen, Oathie just kind of pats him on the shoulder, like, yeah, remind me to have a talk with you later about denial and coping mechanisms and that sort of thing. We gotta get to the castle for now, though.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, if you're ready, let's get this over with.
Well, everybody has been talking. Ben has been fiddling around with a dagger he's put on the table, and he kind of touches it, and there's a little spark of blue energy that sinks into it, and for a moment, some glyphs show down the blade, and then they kind of vanish. Perfect. And he kind of slides it back into its sheath and puts it in his
Actually-
belt for later.
You know what? Before we get up, Marosha slides next to Ben and he goes, "One more time before we all die." And he just slams his arm on the table.
I
Come
don't
on.
think you want that today.
You
And
don't know
Ben
what I want.
Ben
Trust
actually
me.
does not look in the mood.
Come on. It'll raise our spirits. Something to remember before we go.
Fine.
Sick. He just
puts
like I
his
said,
arm-
puts his arm on the table for like just time's sake, because we don't want to spend too much time on it. Just straight roll these D20, D20. You cool with that?
I'm fine with it.
All right.
Sure, go for it.
Mm, I'm just gonna say it. I legit just rolled a natural 20.
Well, there you go. Rolled a 3, so
Oh no.
Cool. So like I don't think it's because time has passed and like Marosha's grown to love this group. It's not one of those like it's more so of like a slow tamper down, and he just smiles at Ben and pats him on the shoulder and goes, "Let's go."
honestly, it kind of looks like his heart wasn't in it and he really wasn't trying.
Sure. Cool.
As you all gather your things and head out into the city, you can see that there's a lot of people moving around. And they are looking like either they are hunkering down and fortifying their buildings or getting ready to defend them if they must. As you see a lot of forest guards moving around throughout the city as you head off to the capital, moving up the steps and still smelling all of the sweet summer smells as you move past. It's odd having this weird dichotomy of pleasant and ominous at the same time, but here it is. As you walk up the steps, you can see that there's more forest guards here as well. They look like they are prepared for something. But again, what that looks like, no one's really ready for or knows about. As you enter the castle, Ileana, you spent the night with your sister and the Mouse King. As you wake up the next morning, Mouse King is curled up in his corner of the room, and you can see overnight that maybe they were there and you missed them, but it looks like he is currently sitting in a pile of freshly grown grasses and wildflowers that are emanating from the corner around him. As there's a few of those that look like they're around the room, which isn't unusual for here, but noticeable as you and your sister are getting ready for the morning.
Yeah, I think while he's asleep, I am strapping on my armor, which is not currently glamored because I'm not wearing it. So it is the black armor with the gold gold accents to it, and my crest, which is the sun eclipsed by the moon on the chest of it. And just kind of strapping everything on, and I glance over at Ernestra. I have to say I was disappointed that a lot of the council wasn't there for the war council. I think we could have used some more insight.
And you can see that she also is putting on her armor as well, which is slightly different than yours. It looks a lot more wood-based, but you know it is significantly stronger and more durable than that. As she looks back up at you, yeah, honestly, I mean, sounded productive, at least what we had, but it would have been nice to have insight. But do you think we're ready for him?
I hope so. This group that I'm traveling with today, they're capable. And their heart's in it, I think. But if we don't stop them in the field, at the very least we can weaken them, and you all have an easier time here.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens next, but I believe in you. I mean, you were out there looking for whatever they were looking for, right? Or something. But, good luck, okay?
Thank you. Please be careful.
Of course. You know me. Always careful. And you too, because I know that that is something I need to remind you of more than anything else.
I will be as careful as I can be. I'll be in the thick of it today, so.
Well, I mean, if you don't come back, then what am I going to tell Kalliana? Which is why we can't have that happen. But just be safe. Oh, come on. She kind of rolls her eyes at you.
I appreciate your effort there, but she likes a princess who doesn't exist. If she knew who I actually was, she wouldn't be interested.
Well, I've seen you work your magic before. I think you could do it again if you really wanted to.
I will reach over and grab a pillow off of her bed and throw it at her.
It's going to hit her right in the face. What? She grabs it and hits you with one also. As the two of you finish getting ready, as the Mouse King slowly wakes up and begrudgingly dons his own armor as well. Very slow in the morning, this guy. Looks like he wants to sleep for another 4 hours.
I've been wondering, what is the relationship here? Are they friends? Like, they've been spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, they're just friends. It's a completely platonic thing. I mean, they just like hanging out. They both like wildflowers a lot, and they like sitting in the sun, and they like sharing snacks, and they really like hanging out. I mean, that's just it.
Okay. I keep a close eye on my sister, so I'm just wanted to check in on that and see what that was.
What's that? Yeah, good conversation, good company, similar likes. As you head downstairs into the chamber where you see your mother, the Summer Queen, as she sits. Nobody else is in this room, just the two of you.
If it's just the two of us, then I think I was Lorelei as I came down. My armor disguised as a dress, and then once I got in there, the doors closed, and it's just the two of us. I am back in my changeling form, so Penumbra, just gray skin, curly silver hair down my back, the black and gold armor.
And she looks up. So be a day, won't it?
Then it will. This won't end it, but it'll put us in the right direction at least.
We prevent them from getting the seed. We can rebuild whatever else happens. But if they get that, it's over. So, if I need you, I'll call you back.
Okay. We'll do our best to stop them, and at the very least, we'll weaken them. Give you the rest of you a fighting chance.
Excellent. As the rest of you walk up the steps and are escorted as soon as you make your way into the main castle proper, up the stairs or to the left, like you were the day before, brought into that same chamber. As
soon as I
you
hear
the knock on
click,
the door. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm back to... I'll be Lorelei for now, because the party knows that face as well. So
okay. As the door opens and the rest of you are escorted into the room, you see Princess Lorelei and the Summer Queen, and the doors close behind you. As she looks up, so you are all going out first. We don't know quite yet where they will strike from, so wait for a moment until they make their first move. Don't want to send you out in the wrong direction, but you're going to be the first line. Try to stop as much as you can. We'll defend the city. Whatever makes it past you, we will be able to handle. But as few of those as you can muster would be grateful. Now, before you head out, I have something for you all. In her hands, you see a flash of bright light, and it grows slowly as it pours over all of you and expands throughout the room. And as it hits you, you feel warmth. You feel the breeze of a summer night as you feel your body get to be a little bit more spry, as she has gifted you with a blessing of the Summer Queen. You all will also have 10 extra movement speed and are resistant to fire damage, if you are not already.
I could use one of those every morning.
Now, they'll make their move soon. I believe that they will come from the forest. So we'll be watching over there. I can send you that way first, but what do you think? And she looks over at you, Princess Lorelai.
It would make the most sense if that's where they come from. As long as the scouts know where we are and can update us if we need to change positions, I think that could work.
Very well. Now, and as she's about to start speaking, the door has a rattle. As somebody opens it up and a forest guard pokes their head in. My queen, the sky, it's darkening. I think it's time. And she looks up. Very well. Now, all of you, go. Find them. Stop them. As best you can. Good luck. As the door opens up. Yeah.
Is that Othi holds up a hand?
Yes.
Yeah. All set to go to fight the thing. I was promised a hammer that should really help with this. If that is here now.
Oh, yes. The Mouse King said, and she claps twice, and out of the door opens again, and 3 little mice come in, and they're dragging a hammer. And you can see that this hammer is dark obsidian black. And actually, Othi, I think I've added something in Roll20 that you can see in the items tab. There is the weapon obsidian. I think you can be able to see it. Maybe I have to press the show to players button.
Oh, hey, cool. Oh, very cool.
This is obsidian.
Okay. Oh, that's so awesome. So yeah, Othi looks it over, is like, oh wow, this is way cooler than I thought it was gonna be. She kind of tests the weight a little bit.
Very balanced.
And
it's warm to the touch too.
Oh, that's
it
awesome.
Feels like this thing is alive in a way.
Is it like the room we're in? Is it like a big hall?
It is kind of like a meeting room more. It's not a hallway necessarily, but It's pretty wide. There's a table and chairs in it.
She's just gonna chuck the hammer towards the door, and then hold out her hand, and just kind of gasp as it comes right back to her hand.
Yeah, as it flies out and comes back. As soon as you catch it again, you hear a voice in your head. that responds, "Oh, it's been a while. That's fun."
Holy
And
crap,
it's
you
not in
can
the
talk.
language- It's
She
not
just
in the
like
language
stares
that
at the
you
hammer. Sorry.
recognize, except it is one that you understand. This thing's speaking in Korid.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, Othi's just freaking out about how awesome this hammer is. Like, she was expecting something that just, was a plain old hammer that she could throw and have it come back, and like, yeah, she is completely enamored with this thing now. And I assume only Othi could hear the voice in her
Yes.
head. So yeah, Othi probably sounds a little crazy. She's like, "Holy crap, you can talk!" And she's just holding the hammer up and staring straight at it.
Yeah, I can talk.
Oh,
You can
that's
talk.
cool.
This is gonna be fun.
All right, are you ready to smash some baddies?
I've been ready for a long time. I've been sitting still for too long. I'm actually stoked.
Awesome. It's hammer time. And
Yeah.
she kind of rejoins the situation in the room now because she's kind of completely blocked out everything except for the hammer for a couple minutes. Such a chat. She said the thing.
As you all are escorted back out of the castle and towards the edge of the city, and you do notice that even though it is morning and the sun was just up when you walked towards the castle, it is seeming like it's starting to set already, as there's shades of reds and oranges that are more sunset colors. There's darker clouds that you can see coming from the forest. And you start to hear a low rumble as you make your way to the edge of Maihea. As the group of you with the forest guard behind you. Okay, good luck. As the three that met you earlier lead you out. Okay, this is as far as we're gonna go, but good luck to you all. We'll see you soon. Okay. And they close the gates behind you.
Well,
What
that
would you
was
like to do?
reassuring.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
It's very nice. Very forward. Well,
Hey, before we run into the possible jaws of death and Ben pulls out the dagger from earlier, I do have if anybody wants, to be able to shift things around a little bit, I do have 10 free charges. And he kind of pointedly glances towards Ileana before looking at the others.
And I think yeah, it would not have been a good look for the princess, who is known to not do much in the castle, to be marching out with these. So I think back in the sellsword Ileana's face, and just raise an eyebrow at Ben. And what exactly does it do?
Well, lets you move things around a little bit. Not yourself, but
I'm laughing as a player because you're giving me back what I terrorized Andy with last season.
that's exactly why I used it.
Oh,
It's
no.
so useful.
I sent demons after you. No, it's very good though. Keep it up.
But he
Okay.
he does also look at the others. Yeah, you can't move yourself around with it, but other things, other creatures.
I'm pretty quick on the field. I could probably make good use of it.
And he kind of hands it over to her, and it's still in a sheath. You get 10 goes with it, and you now
Understood.
have, yeah.
that poke Gren's face again. Are you sure your face doesn't change?
Can we just move past this whole? Let go of my face, please.
I'm watching you, Gren. You change your face on me,
Okay,
then I'm not gonna like it.
I'm watching you too, Marosha, but It's more of watching your back, because we're a team.
Yeah.
Also, in the spirit of preparation, I'm going to cast Aid at 3rd level on myself, Ilyana, and Ben. Each of our max HP is going to increase by 10.
Nice.
I would upcast him. Well, actually, I think I can upcast him. Roll 20, right? And that just lasts for 8 hours.
I don't know if you all have discussed it yet, but if I fall in battle, please return my body to the queen. You'll be rewarded.
So everybody's doing it. Yeah, we talked about it at breakfast.
Well, it's always good to have a plan.
Yeah.
We also talked about protecting Varen.
Protecting Varen.
Protect Varen!
Protect Varen.
Varen does not
Varen's
need protection.
Perfectly capable of protecting itself.
No, we've all decided. That's the plan. We're protecting Varen.
That is the whole plan. This is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to rethink the group I have gathered around me.
Varen does not need protection.
And Varen's going to look over pointedly at Marosha and go,
Varen is not the one who has lost confidence in strength. Varen is not the one who moves instead of standing and fighting after being callously thrown by an old hag. Varen sees your fear. The Grove of Hungers has given Varen a gift to help Marosha be strong again.
and will reach into into like kind of the sack that it always has, and will hold like a kind of a big piece of like petrified bark, like off a gum tree, something similar, real old, white with time. And on this like strip of bark, there's 4 like distinct claw marks that look like they filled in with amber. And Varen will hand it and go,
Varen was told that it would be of use to you.
I'm a little dejected.
But please, tell Varen how Varen needs to be protected.
Thank you, Varen. I'm gonna take this as a gift. Like I'm offended. I'm a little offended, but then at the same time, like I know what Varen's talking about, and like Morosh is kind of like, oh crap, if he can see it, then everybody else can see it. Then I'll take the bark and kind of tuck it in my waistband and look at Varen and go, thank you. And then I look at Grin and I go, what?
Hey, my man. Oh, sorry, one last bit of preparation. Does anybody feel like they really want to be ready at a moment's notice with the guidance of the stars? You know, be fast during a potential combat?
I mean, I would love to be.
That's great.
Being fast would be fun.
Well, you'll see what I mean. I'm gonna use. Where is it? I'm gonna use Vigilant Blessing on you, Ilyana, and you'll have an advantage on your next initiative roll. And that's just for whenever we next get into combat.
All right.
And I think that's out of buffs I can give.
When I assume we're starting to like travel in the direction that we're needing to go, right?
Yeah, as you've left the city and you've been walking past the area that you walked through, kind of, on your way here, it's very different. Whereas on your way here, you saw a lot of things. Mushrooms and insects and plants and griffins, and now you see the landscape. Even some of the plants are gone. But there's not really anything out here. You see where there used to be. There's mushrooms that look like they could have housed pixies that no longer do. There's a field as you watch and head over to the edge of the forest as these massive oak trees that you know have been here since the beginning of the Feywild look down at you as you enter the forest.
I guess before we fully like
Mhm.
submerge ourselves in the forest, I toss a pebble at the back of Varen's head to kind of get his attention, just him solely. Hey, come here. Come, Varen, come here.
Yes.
Lower your voice, please.
Yes.
What did the forest tell you about my fear?
The forest speaks not through words, but the forest saw strength and potential that once was being nourished and seemed to be atrophying. The forest gave a tool so that Marosha would be able to regain his strength.
This piece of bark, what am I supposed to, how is this going to give me what am I supposed to do with this?
Ask the grove. When you need it, ask the grove, and it will remind you of who you are.
I appreciate the help. I didn't realize it was that obvious.
Of course, Varen would like to see you after the battle as well. Do not fall.
Or my best not to. And then I'd kind of just walk past them.
Verhin will look over its shoulder and watch. Just a second. And then go back and join everybody else.
All right. As you enter the forest, you feel this feeling of summer fade as it's cold. Colder than it should be in this forest. It feels more like it's pulling your life force as opposed to giving it. As who's taking the lead on this search?
I can help whoever's doing it because I grew up in these woods.
Mhm.
But if this is like, wait, let me check my skills for myself. What I am. Oh, I have survival. I mean, I could
Okay.
lead it if that's
Sure.
what we're using, or I can use perception.
So it'll be a survival check for the search for them, and then a group stealth check to see how you do on your approach.
Is anybody helping me, or am I just doing this
Yeah.
myself?
Sure, I'll help you.
Awesome.
You are
Excellent.
helped.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
22.
22. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get a group
If it's a
stealth
failure,
check.
I'll boost it.
That's a wonderful roll. You can save that.
Are we in dim light?
Currently, yes.
Awesome.
Currently
Yes.
dim light as you enter into the forest.
I got a 17.
31.
Okay.
5.
Wonderful.
22.
Excellent. Okay.
12, unfortunately.
Mhm.
6.
Okay. We got 3 successes and we have 3 failures. As you travel through the forest, following your senses of darkness, and part of your body sits there in the back of your mind telling you that you're going the wrong way, that forward is dangerous. But you tell that part of your brain to stop talking, as you have a mission in front of you, and you move forward, following Ileana throughout the forest, getting stuck on some roots along the way, and seeing flashes of movement that, especially as you are on high alert already, catch you off. And whether they are citizens of the forest that have yet to get out, or illusions of the forest that are just naturally here, it's unnerving nonetheless. As you approach, and Ileana, you notice in front of you a small clearing that you can see has 3 figures currently in it. And as you pause everybody, you see that one of them, well, the 3 figures in front of you. Ileana, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Excellent. They're not facing you, not right now. And the 3 of them that are there look like they are looking into the center of this little clearing in the middle of the forest. As you do recognize 2 of them, at least. Not from their faces, but from their demeanor and what's covering them, as one of them sits there with dripping wet, dark black hair. One of them sits there caked in mud that looks like it is going all the way down their body. And the 3rd figure, with its back to you, stands taller than either, at almost 7 feet tall, with a gnarled singular horn that goes all the way up, and these elongated, pierced ears that dotted all the way down. As standing in the center, you can tell that it looks like they're holding on to something. And as you sit and watch, they hold out their arm forward as a dark light illuminates, as if someone had just cast darkness, but in a very small area. As you see a tiny black orb float forward in front of them about 5 to 10 feet, as it expands in front of them. And you see that there's flashes of flames and fire that are now emanating from this gate. As you watch 5, 10, 15 small demons, imps, yeks, a few hellhounds start to emerge from this gate. As you all sit off to the side, he looks up and glances in your direction and smiles at you and stands there as these demons exit the gate. What would you like to do?
I mean, he sees us. I think attack is our only...
Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Actually, do you want to take a little break first and then do this when we come back from that? Let's do that.
Yeah, that works.
That works.
We'll be back in just a little bit. All right, we're back.
Yeah. Let's
And
get the fight.
let's see
For now.
who doesn't have an advantage. Ilyana, Ben, and Othi. I will roll. See who gets that advantage. Two. Ben gets the advantage.
Nice. All right. As you've all gathered your things and headed off in pursuit of the beginning of this demon horde that is actively in pursuit at the moment, as you all went off into the forest and eventually found the three figures, two hags that you had seen before, and another figure whom could only be the rule of three, who you've been told is leading and commanding the armies at Mayaea. As you found the three of them in a small clearing and watched as the rule of three held out a pendant and created a gate, as more and more demons of various sizes, shapes, some winged, some multiple legged. You see hellhounds, you see yeks that you've seen before, you see imps, all pouring to this gate, as the rule of three looked over at you all and smiled. Let's go ahead and roll initiative and see what happens.
That's a 13 for Othi.
Wonderful.
I have a 14.
Ooh, I love it.
With advantage, a 13.
4.
Damn.
Got a 4 for Varen too.
Whoa.
Don't let me go first, y'all.
Well, got a 3.2 over here. Excellent.
Marosh, if you end up going first and you don't want to go first, you can just use your turn to yeet me at the enemy. It'll be fine.
That'd be great.
That's fair.
Okay, well, here we go.
Marosha cast yeet.
Hey, we just broke. Man. All right, never mind. I got to think about that for a sec.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Right. So we rush on it with Ben here and Gren. Oh, another 14. Excellent. Wait, Marosha, what did you have real quick?
It was a 14.
Okay, that's what I thought. Excellent. As the rule of three looks over at you all, and demons begin to pour out of this gate that's in front of you. He points over at the group of you in the forest and gestures for you to come forward. You're currently about 150 feet away. But he doesn't seem to move at the moment. He seems to be waiting. He knows where you are. He seems to be holding something. Gren, Marosha, what are you up to?
I'm gonna bonus action cast Shield of Faith on Ben. Your AC increases by 2. And then I'm going to spend my action Channel Divinity for Twilight Sanctuary. So let me do both of those things. This is my action. And my bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna silently go into a rage,
Wonderful.
and then hold my action to attack until the rest of the party kind of gives way, or if one of those things close the distance within 20 feet.
Okay.
And that's me.
All right. As you see more of these demons start to just continue to pour out. You look over and the other hags there also have now turned to face you. As you hear their cackling from the back, as one of them looks over and calls, "I see you! We still have unfinished business." And she's pointing right at you, Marosha.
Hello.
She
Great.
starts to just walk forward. And as she does, kind of scratches parts of her hair and pulls out big clumps of mud that have bits and pieces of hair in them as well. As she runs and picks up speed and gets closer and closer to you and throws one and throws the other. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving for me, please, Marosha.
Perfect. I have advantage on dex. Yay. All right, let's see if my tabletop works. Da-da. 22.
Hell yeah.
22. Excellent.
Nat 20.
Yes, wonderful. As you see these piles of muck that are sailing through the area, and as the day's already getting dark as nighttime, it is surprisingly easy enough for you to move out of the way as these globs of mud and hair collide into these trees next to you. As she looks over, "It's you with the next one."
And I look at Varen and go, like, after the conversation we had, I'm just like, oh, all right. And you know what? Fine. Kind of steal my face and get ready.
Okay. Ileana, you're up. And Ovi. What's the... I think it's Ileana first, though.
Are there places within this clearing, like, to hide, or is it just completely flat?
Yeah, I mean, it's a small clearing, but there's still roots, there's still trees, there's still bushes, and you're in the forest of Alaskir too. There's, looking around, there's also jutted out green gems and stones that are kind of sticking out at odd angles. There's mushrooms in this realm that are big enough to hide behind, but there's plenty of them scattered around. But lots of shadowy places, big roots. Yeah, you can climb up into the tops of the trees, which do arch overhead as well. It is just kind of an opening area. They found a place big enough to put a 20-foot portal, but it's a little larger than that.
Okay. Yeah, just wondering how to approach this. So I won't shout it, but I'll say it loud enough for the party. Spread out. We don't know what they can do. And I will take off running. My speed is currently 80. So I'm closing the distance. So if the portal's there, I'm kind of getting almost behind the portal so that I'm on the side of the portal with the hag and the demon, if that makes sense. So that there aren't a bunch of smaller demons in between, or were they in front of the portal when they opened it?
They were kind of right in front of the portal. So these demons are currently passing past them.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I will close the distance, and I will bonus action hide.
Okay.
Because I need to try and get advantage. It's a stealth check for that.
Andy, did any of those demons come within 20 feet of us yet?
They're not really focused on where you are. You're kind of off to the side of this clearing. These ones are looking like their trajectory is heading towards the city.
Okay, understood.
But yeah, you are not their primary objective here.
The 32 on stealth.
Oops. 32 on stealth. Excellent.
Okay. And then I am going to the kind of woven silver energy, the spike forms in my hand as I pop out of a bush and throw it at the demon. The big demon.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
I'm 60 feet. Am I hidden? Do I get advantage?
That's a great question. How's he see it?
32.
32. Let's see how he does, actually. Not quite a 32. Yeah, he doesn't see you from where you are. That's a very good roll.
Okay. Yeah, and then I will whip a soul blade at him. That's a 27.
Okay. 27 is going to hit, yes.
Thank God.
And you're attacking the rule of 3, yeah?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I was gonna be very worried if that didn't hit.
Yes, that one does hit.
Okay. 39 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Awesome.
That's an opening salvo.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was a very good sneak attack roll. 2 6s, 3 5s, and a 4.
Nice. Great job. Yeah, what else?
I am assuming I used all 80 feet of movement to get up close enough to get within 60 feet.
Yes. Yeah, you were about 150 feet away, so to get within 60, that would have been...
Yeah, okay.
So
Then that's,
just
that's everything.
Yep. Okay, awesome. Excellent. That was sweet. As you drop down and you blast him, he looks over at you and you land about 60 feet away as he looks over at you and says, "Fine. Betray." And I need you to go ahead and make a...
You all are fucked.
Yeah, we are.
I knew this was
Yeah.
coming because it always happens to the rogue.
Yeah, bummer.
You all are fucked.
Yeah, go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I at least have a good charisma score. Let me check. Let me check all of my stuff because we have so many bonuses now for level 11. I'm not actually an elf, so I don't have anything against charm. Cool.
Oh, hey, you have advantage now too.
Oh, do I?
That is true.
I just
Oh,
got.
thank
I just
you.
redeemed an advantage.
Because you don't want to die. Awesome. So I will use advantage on this, because I don't want to kill the party. 22.
Oh, thank God that you did.
We made it.
Is that above the DC? God, I hope so.
Woo, that is above the DC. Yeah, you did a good one on that one. Congratulations. Nice. As you feel this pull of demonic power on the back of your brain, and part of you almost listens, but you shake it off as he looks over at you and goes, "That would have been
Wink.
too easy." Now, and in his hand, you see that he has a dagger, and he has one hand that is open. All right. Othi, you're up.
So I'm going to start off with Warm Embrace.
Okay.
Is Ilyana visible now?
Yes, she is. She's
Okay,
on the-
cool. So you will also get this. So everybody becomes immune to frightened for 1 minute. And then I'm going to action surge and do facing fears. So everybody gets +1 to their AC for 1 minute.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith to get my AC up to 23.
Sweet.
And then I've got Obsidian in one hand and my shield in the other, and I'm just charging full speed ahead towards the demons and the gate. Which would be 35 feet.
Awesome. As you start moving closer. Yeah. Great turn. And as you do, you look over and see the other hag that is dripping wet as usual, and they leap over the horde of demons that's rushing past them to get closer to you.
Hell yeah.
And as they do, as this one does, they, in midair, leap and clap their hands together as they scream this call of a banshee. And I need... Let's see. Othi.
Mhm.
I need Marosha. And I need... Let's see. Who would this be? Varen. To all go ahead and make dexterity saving throws as these crackling bolts of lightning slam down towards all three of you.
It's a 17.
Okay.
19.
Also a 17.
Nice. Those are all very good. Okay, awesome. And from that, for half of that, wow, that's good. All right. Dodging out of the way, but still getting blasted by this singe of this electricity. You're each going to take 11 lightning damage as these massive blasts of electricity obliterate the ground that you were standing in as you jump out of the way and feel the hairs on your arms and the back of your neck start to rise as she stares you down.
That's a spell, right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. And it was 11 damage?
Yes.
Sweet. That'll knock it down to 6 for me.
Perfect. Ben, you're up.
Okay, so how far away is the portal from where we started?
From where you are right now, the portal is about 160 feet away.
160 feet. And the hags and demons have all moved. So the dripping hag is closer to us now.
Yes, both of the hags have moved closer to you, so they are roughly about 60 feet away, give or take, from where you are. The rule of 3 has not moved, but has used and received ranged attacks from Ileana.
Okay,
So he's still about 10 feet in front of the portal. He's 150 feet away from you as these demons are rushing past him.
Okay. If there is a crystal handy, Ben is going to kind of flank around, so he's closer to the rule of 3 and the portal. You said they were about 160 feet out, or 180?
The portal is 160. He is 10 feet in front of that, and then the hags are about 60 feet away from where you are. They've moved forward a little bit.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of flank around, get himself 30 feet closer to the rule of 3, find a crystal to hide behind.
Okay.
And I have been waiting for this. That tattoo on his left arm, there was a little bit of movement on it before, but now this flash of blue goes over it, all of these lines and symbols, and the black background and the kind of background nebulae, all these vivid red and green and purple clouds just start to pour off of it along with stardust, and they just keep pouring, but the tattoo stays there, and this mass grows and coalesces until it forms a 5-foot sphere of what it just looks like a bubble of outer space next to him. And with a bonus action, I am going to roll 2d8s. Let's see, take the first, that's 4. Let me pull up my little thing here. Oh, I wanted to pick a target first. So before I even look at that, I'm going to take a peek at the dripping hag that had thrown the electricity. So
Okay.
4. 4. That is stone's throw. Nice. I have that ready to go. So that is a DC 18 dexterity save.
Okay. That is going to be a 15 on that dex save.
Okay, so if I can find the thing. He kind of reaches into this bubble of space that has formed and whips out an asteroid. And it flies out, and as it strikes this hag, it explodes. And everything in a 15-foot radius actually must make a DC 18 dexterity saving throw or take 20 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Excellent. So she's taking 20 damage from that asteroid hit?
Yes, 20 bludgeoning damage.
Wonderful. Wow. She did not see that coming. And as this asteroid flies past and explodes on her, it also, you see, takes out a pretty nice little section of demons around her as well. There's some yeks that get exploded into Icar as they splash over on a few of these hellhounds that run past and keep heading towards the city.
Ben looks thrilled to pieces and then very quickly kind of ducks behind that crystal so that bubble of space is still in reach, but he's not just out there to be hit by stuff.
Fair enough. Excellent. Kieran, you're up.
Oh, well, I guess the big question here is Marosha reaching out to the grove, or is Marosha just thinking that?
Right. It's a good question. So right now he's just thinking that, but probably could be easily persuaded in that direction.
Dope. All right. Well, no worries then. So Varen is going to. Oh, okay. So everyone is kind of, they're spread out, but they're within like 50 feet of each other, something like that. Most of the weird little Iker boys.
Oh yeah, they're just kind of they're not really in formation, but they're just kind of coning out. So they start in a 20-foot spread, and as they move through the forest, they're just kind of going straight forward and heading towards the city.
All right. We can work with that. Then I am going to. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Varen is going to look to everyone, and now that things are finally starting to kick off, this is the excitement, this is the hunt, and with a little bit of glee, Varen is going to whip out its hand, and in much the same way that the party has seen before, whether it's making a nice little hole to sleep in that night or to fuck up a giant rock, he throws his hands up again and casts Erupting Earth under getting as many of the small fry as he can in that 20-foot cube, and bonus if he can get the big ones in there too.
Awesome. Yeah, you could definitely position it in a way that the rule of three is going to be right in the middle of that.
Hell yeah. Well, in that case, we'll keep it at third level. It's going to be DC 15 or 24 damage. Man, I rolled really good on that. Yeah, not bad.
Let's see how they do.
Yeah, and if they fail, is there a thing?
This is going to be dexterity.
Yes, and everything is now really rough terrain.
Right in front of the portal. Excellent. Wonderful.
Yeah.
As this earth erupts, you catch a lot of these demons off guard. as some of them just get crushed by the moving of the earth itself. Some of them start to fall into the ground, and some of them just get piled up. You definitely have slowed them down. And putting it right in front of the portal entrance is slowing down the onslaught of them moving through as well. The rule of three, however, is quick. And as soon as the earth started to move underneath, you saw him jump into the air, and it felt like stay aloft for a moment longer than you should have, as you drift right back down, right on the outside of your ruined earth. And looks over at you. That's going to be fun.
Great. And so Varen is going to pull the Kaiser blade off to the side, and just like letting it drag on the ground, is walking up, and just hard to tell if it's a smile or a snarl. There's a lot of emotion there though. And that's gonna be it.
Awesome. As the rule of three continues to meet your gaze and walks forward to meet you, smile in hand, he reaches out, and you can see that the pendant is still around his neck, no longer being held in his hands, as he smiles at you and says, I would love for you to come with me as well. And Baron, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
You have an advantage just as a reminder.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that advantage right now with my whopping minus. No, I don't have a -1. Thankfully, no, I thought I had a -1. That's it. Still not great.
Surely.
I know, but I took my first level in Barbarian, so I only have a 3 in my wisdom save.
Okay.
So that's a 12.
Okay.
Better than a 7.
Sorry, y'all. Good game.
As you are ready to fight, you see the flash of red in the rule of three's eyes, twinkling, kind, in an odd way, as he holds out his hand. Welcome. Now, thank you for joining. I await, as you have been charmed by the rule of three, and now see him as an ally, as well as those he's working with. As the portal continues, moving through, the rule of three also snaps his finger, as now 2 hellhounds tilt their head and start to take notice of your group. Gren, his hellhounds are heading towards you. As one of them comes in, and that's going to be a 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Excellent. The second one comes in with a 22 to hit.
That just barely hits.
Right. As it's going to just nip at you just a little bit. Where'd my D8 go? There it is. And it's going to go ahead and hit you with 7 piercing damage. Oh, no. 7 piercing damage and 2 fire damage, which is reduced to 1. As you can see that this flaming maw emitting heat and energy from both of them. Ren, you're up.
Okay. Last turn, I actually forgot to roll all the temporary hit points for Twilight Sanctuary for everyone.
Important.
So if it's not too cheesy, I'll just do it now.
Yeah, go for it. You hit that spell last time, or that ability last time.
Okay. 11 for me. 8 for Marosha. 8 for whoever came next after that.
That was me.
7 for whoever's after that.
That's me.
7. Okay. And I think that's the last one. Oh, 12. That's 12 for Varen?
think so. I think I was last. A good 4 on my initiative.
Okay. So, and then that would make that 7 bends. Next, well, not really next. That was part of last turn. This turn, I am going to use a bonus action. We're in dim light. Correct?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to give myself a flying speed equal to my current walking speed, which is 50.
Excellent.
So almost like a moon-like disc appears behind Gren's shoulders, and he rises into the air. And I'm gonna get away from these hellhounds. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right. As you do, they're going to try and bite at you. That's going to be not going to do it. That's an 8. And that's a 20. As the last one jumps up, just gets you right at the ankle. That's going to be 8 piercing damage and 1 fire damage reduced down to 0 as the flames just lick off of you.
Okay. Down to 3 temporary hit points. Nice. So
you move up.
Yeah, I'll go. I think I'll go straight 50 into the air, 50 feet into the air. And then I'm going to use my action. Ileana hit the giant one. What's the giant one's name?
That is the rule of 3.
The rule of 3. I'm going to attempt to hit it with a guiding bolt.
Okay.
Hoping that goes well. $15?
15. As you cast your guiding bolt, he looks over right behind him.
Okay, well, I've never, I couldn't fly before, so the aim, the trajectory is just a little bit off. Next time, you're done.
Yeah, next time. All right, Marosha, you're up next.
All right.
You have a mud hag that was just throwing some stuff at you.
I do.
A couple of other things happening around you. What would you like to do?
I think I'm just gonna face this head on and go up to the mud hag, and just kind of like run up to her and just go, "Let's take care of this now." And I'm just going to like double hand trident, just dig right into her.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Oh, sick. Oh God, 16, 26.
26 is going to hit. Yes.
Beautiful. And that's lucky for me tonight. Gonna keep that there. 8, and then I'm still raging because I got that hit too. So 9, 10, 11 points of damage on the first attack.
Excellent.
And then on my second attack, I'm going to just kind of dig a little bit deeper with that trident since I'm already kind of making connection. Let's see if this works for me. Crap, that's a 12.
A 12 is not going to hit. As your axe comes down for the second strike, it gets caught. It should have hit, but there's a layer of muck and mud that softens the blow. As she looks up at you. I like it when you're this close to me. And reaches out.
Beautiful. Do one of these. No, we're gonna take care of this now. So, and I'm just gonna like stay right up in her.
Yes, we will. And she's also going to strike back at you with 2 claw attacks. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
18 just hits, yeah.
All right. For the first attack, she is going to deal. That is going to be 8 slashing damage for the first one. And that is going to be a 21 to hit for the second attack. And she's going to get you for 9 slashing damage for that second.
So it's 8 reduced to 4 and then 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So cool.
as she does, you can see the glint of excitement in her eyes.
Since we're that close and I'm pretty sure she's a mud hag, and like I'm really trying to get rid of this. I'm pretty sure some streaks of mud came off on me. I just take one of my hands and then I wipe it across my face and I go, let's go.
But you didn't keep the other present I gave you. I'll give you one more permanent this time.
Oh yeah.
I think about my familiar that's dead.
All right. For you.
Rip, Denise.
I know.
Denise.
Ileana, you're up next.
Yeah.
Oath, you're on deck.
I watch Gren's guiding bolt go wide, and as the rule of 3 looks up, I breathe out a breath and steady my aim and whip another one of my soul blades at him, which will give me advantage because I'm using steady aim.
Okay.
28.
He's gonna hit
So
still.
close.
Yeah.
Trying to crit fish.
Oh
So
boy.
close.
Well, 28 is gonna get him. So
31 points of psychic damage.
awesome.
Just as it like passes through under his jaw up through his head, I'll just call out, "You're not welcome here."
As he looks up at you.
Such is always the case. However, I don't care.
Oathie.
All right. So the hag that attacked me with the lightning.
Yes.
Are they within like 35 feet ish?
They are a little bit further out than that. They're about 60 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm going to run 35 feet towards them.
Okay.
Actually, strike that. I'm going to throw my hammer at them, then run, then catch the hammer and throw it again.
I love that. All right.
So let's see how this goes. First throw, that's 17.
17 is not going to be enough to hit this one.
Okay.
As obsidian goes out, and just a flash of lightning energy blocks obsidian as it comes back to your hand, and you hear as soon as you grab it, "Oh, that was tough. Go again, go again."
So yeah, Oathie's just threw the hammer, sees it miss. It's okay. She's just still just steadily running towards the hag, catches the hammer and does like a 360 spin move and throws it again.
As you hear, yeah, as it sails through the sky,
With a 29.
and that one is going to connect as obsidian collides with this hag, and you hear in the back of your mind, "Go!" as obsidian flies back. Go ahead and roll me damage.
17.
Excellent.
Oh.
And that will be my turn.
Sweet. As you see them recoil from this hit that just occurred, as they look over at you,
Fine. We'll play next.
and they clap. And these 3 dark spheres of bluish electric energy fly out at you. And that's going to be a 27 to hit.
That actually will hit. That's surprising.
Okay. And that's going to be 13 force damage for the first one.
Okay.
That's going to be a 24 to hit.
That will also just barely hit.
Okay. That'll be 6 force damage for the second one.
All right.
And that will be a 27 to hit.
Yep, that will hit also.
And you're going to get another 13 damage of force damage for that third one. As she blasts you with this feeling of eldritch energy that you've been hit by before, but not like this. This feels like it's come from the depths. And you feel as it hits you this sinking feeling, as though you are under an immense pressure and darkness.
Don't love that. I am very grateful for spell damage resistance, though.
Ben, what would you like to do next?
Oh, of the mud hag and the one that's dripping, does either of them look more hurt than the other? They're both looking pretty spry, I imagine.
They both have taken hits for sure, but they look about the same amount of incapacitated.
Okay.
This mud hag and I are going through counseling right now. I'm good.
And they're both pretty close. Well, and then there's the hellhounds too. Everything except the rule of 3 is pretty close in, right?
Yeah, so the two hags are a little bit out of the way, but the rule of 3 is still... Oh, no, they've jumped out of the way. So because of the earth effect that Varen has put in there before, Varen and the rule of 3 are essentially right next to each other at this point. But the earth in front of the portal has been disturbed for sure. So the demons are having a little bit of a slower time coming through the portal now.
Okay. And the hellhounds?
Hellhounds have been left by Gren, so they're looking for a new target.
They within 60 feet?
They're within 60 feet of you, for sure, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Finally. Ben is going to unholster a revolver that looks like it's been carved into a dragon's head with the barrel coming out of the mouth, and aim for whichever hellhound is closest. Pull back the hammer and pull the trigger on that sucker.
All right.
Ooh. That's not nice. Really? With repeating shot on? I mean, that's a 9 to hit.
A 9 is not going to cut it. That's a little... As your calculations are usually great, this one goes just a little too short.
Yeah, he has some words under his breath, and then kind of has a look at the dripping hag. Any party members within 20 feet of them?
Within 20 feet of them? I don't believe so.
Perfect. As a bonus action,
Oh, good.
we're gonna aim at them, and we're gonna roll 2d8. That's a 3. So let's see. That will be... Oh, this is a fun one. Last call. They have to pass a DC 18 dexterity save.
Okay. Let's see how they do. That's a natural 1.
So that's 8 bludgeoning damage, and then they have to pass a DC 18 Constitution save, or they will be poisoned for 1 minute.
Excellent. That's a natural 5.
So as this miniaturized comet comes whipping out of this portal, it's this very vivid blue-green color. And as it whips past anybody that's even remotely close to it, it smells like sugar and booze. And as it hits this hag, it explodes. Anything within 5 feet of that, same.
Okay. There's nothing within 5 feet of it, so it just... The demons are a little bit further away.
It just smells like a diabetic reaction when they have high blood sugar.
It is literally made
Terrible.
of... It is literally made of sugar and ethanol. That's an actual thing.
Yeah.
So that's 8 bludgeoning damage and poison for 1 minute.
Awesome.
Oh, these are just over there like,
18?
why does it smell like Malone's all of a sudden?
Is everyone okay? Might want to hear-
And Ben seems satisfied that he has at least made up for that terrible shot. And tucks back behind that crystal.
All right. Aaron, you're standing right next to the rule of 3. And you think that's great. What would you like to do now?
Ha. All right, so no one is within the immediate area of the rule of 3 and I.
Ileana is right kind of there, getting into a
60
little
feet
bit
back.
of a 60 feet away, but probably the
Okay.
closest one to you. You
How
do
far
see
away is
Grin is up in the air. You see that Ben is behind a rock or behind some crystals.
And Othi is tangling with the other one with Marosha.
I believe, yeah, Othi's fighting the deep sea hag right now, and Marosha is fighting the mud hag right now.
How far away are they?
They are approximately still about 60 or so feet, but in a slightly different angle or direction. So everyone's roughly kind of equidistant. They're maybe about a little bit further away, about 70 or 80 though, if that means anything.
Damn. Best laid plans, then you fucking get charmed. All right, well, it's what it is. I feel like it's a good dramatic story beat. So Varen is going to look around and try to see the folks engaging with his new friends. But he knows that one of his old friends insulted his new friend and destroyed a gift that was lovingly given. And so Varen is going to duck its head down and run the full 40 feet. Yeah, 40 feet. And then dash for the extra 40 feet and gonna use hammering horns. Is that it? Is that the thing? Too many horn-based abilities. Goring rush.
There it is. That sounds way better.
Yeah.
Use that one.
Yeah, hammering horns is the one that happens if I make it with an attack, not everything. Yeah, so we're gonna take a Goring Rush. So I'll be doing a horn attack on poor Marosha there.
Question:
Answer.
Will Varen come within melee distance of me during this dash?
I mean, I imagine Varen's taking the most direct route right now. So if you're in,
probably
in the
not
route-
immediately within 5 feet.
Okay, because I can stop people with opportunity attacks if they pass within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, he's heading for Marosha and the Mud Hag. You are slightly over there fighting the Deep Sea Hag.
That's fair.
Okay then. So that is going to be too many things. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's going to be a 16. No, that's going to be a 23. Varen's charmed. He's fighting reckless. That is what it is.
How much was it? How many did you say it was?
It's 23 to hit.
I'm going to use a reaction since I'm raging to use my form of beast tail reaction to add a D8 to my AC.
Okay.
We'll let you know. I don't have horns. Don't do a whole fucking lot of damage.
Yeah, I still don't want to get hit. That's a
That's fair.
7. That's
Yeah.
a 7 to my 17.
Okay.
I block it. So you miss.
Wonderful.
Nice.
As you
Super
turn
cool, yeah.
and you see Varen charging at you full speed, horns extended, and for a split second, you think he's coming to your aid, and then you realize he's aiming right at you.
Yeah.
As you change your attention from your
Marital problems.
from your therapy and catch Viren's horns in your hands.
Yeah, that's a problem. And then I go, you don't want to be doing this, friend. And just kind of keeping my eye on the hag, but also I have horns in my hands now. Yeah. Ugh,
Is-
I'm in a pickle.
Is Varen within the Twilight Sanctuary still? Or did he
I was just about to ask.
did
Well,
Varen run out of it?
Wait, now would I have ended my turn last time in the Twilight before I ran the 60?
You were charmed after.
Oh, I thought it was
After
charmed. I
Twilight
thought it was a
Sanctuary.
reaction. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
damn.
End of the turn.
What does that mean?
It's a
Yeah,
30
so the
foot
30-foot radius from Gren is currently affecting. Right now, at this moment, actually, it's I think getting everybody. So, and Gren did not know that Viren changed or turned, so it is still currently active for him as well.
Well, one of its effects is it can end charm.
Oh,
Would that be what Grin would Grin allow that to end charm and not just give temporary hit points? I'll drop the hit points. I don't give a fuck. I'll drop that one.
I mean, I choose what it does. Yeah, I can
Good
grant
choice.
one of the benefits.
And you just watched Varen attack Marosha.
Unironically, I think at this moment, Gren feels something off in the sanctuary.
something's off in the sanctuary.
There's a
There is
disturbance
something
in the
off
force.
Yeah.
You know, something's not passing the vibe check, and
And it's Varen, but not for the usual reason.
looks back at Varen and raises a hand, and I think his eyes alight, and he says, "Protect Varen. Your mind is your own."
And as you do, there seems to be a little moon that appears above you. And this beacon of light shines directly at you, Viren. As you notice the rule of three look over, curious, as the beam hits you. And Morosh, you watch as the madness in Viren's eyes fades away. As you hold his horns in front of you, watching out for this hag, but also now holding your friend.
Do you think you want to calm down now, buddy?
No, but my rage is directed at the right one.
Beautiful.
Now-
Let's go, horns. Let's go, horns.
Do a quick shake and all right, ready for some hyper violence now.
Thumbs up to Grin. Protect the Varen, and then I put my hands back on my trident because that happened.
Oh, good.
Hello, we're back.
Ileana, as you stare down the rule of three, who stands about 60 feet away from you, as they reach out one hand,
Fine, catch.
and this blast of energy, two waves emanate from their hand. As they 17.
That misses thanks to Othi.
Thanks to the absolute. Wonderful. And our second attack is going to be a 25 to hit.
Ooh, that will hit.
As they hit you with their Eldritch Ray. That's going to deal, that second one, 7, nope, I'm so sorry, 10 force damage to you for that.
I will uncanny dodge to have
Okay,
that.
excellent. As he looks down at you, over at you, all right, fine. They're still coming away. And we're still going to take your city and take the seed, and it doesn't really matter. As more of these demons start to come through the portal.
We'll see how the day plays out.
Suppose we will. We're already there, though. You're too slow anyway. Good luck. As the Hellhounds look over towards you, Ben. They've been jostled a little bit, but now they're heading in your direction. As the first one gets over, and before anything else, the first one walks over to you, Ben, and it's going to exhale this cone of fire breath over your entire crystal that you're hiding behind. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That is a 22.
22, that's a success. Excellent. So that would have been 16 fire damage, but it is halved to 8, and it also is halved to 4 because of the Summer Queen's blessing. 4 fire
Now,
damage for that one.
would that be a con save? Because that portal needs concentration to save up. To stay up.
You did take damage. So yes, this is a concentration save, but you didn't take a lot of damage. So
And I do have Warcaster,
that is
so
true.
I have advantage.
Absolutely.
That is a 23.
That is
Nice.
plenty. Excellent. As you maintain the spell. As the second one goes up towards you, and it's going to bite at you, Ben, and that's going to be a 19.
That is not going to hit.
Excellent. As you dodge out of the way just enough where you see and feel the heat from these fangs emanating black past its breath as it just barely misses you. Gren,
Okie dokie.
you're floating.
I'm
What are you
still
up to?
floating.
Marosha, you're on deck.
I'm gonna fly within. I believe that's good. I'm gonna fly within 30 feet of the rule of 3, and then I'm gonna try to hit him with some sunbolts.
All right. As you fly away, you're moving a little bit further away from both Marosha and Viren, who has now left your 30-foot radius.
Some of these things gotta die.
Yep.
Right. I say, well, sorry. Okay. First attack is 25. Second attack is 21.
25 is going to hit, but 21 is not.
Yeesh. Okay. In that case, the 25 deals 10 radiant damage.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm going to spend a key point and two more radiant bolts
Okay,
with a flurry of blows.
sweet.
20 doesn't hit.
Nope.
18 doesn't hit. Nice. All right. Nothing else I can really do, but I will back up. I'll back up a little bit, like 20 feet or so.
Excellent. Marosha, you and your
Beautiful.
dance partner are having a moment.
Beautiful, and I'm enjoying every minute of this, but I have other things to do. So I'm going to use my form of beast to bite against her. So you kind of see just like this very like faint gold, like astral bear hint kind of go across Marosha's back, and you can see that it's, of course, it's not actually him biting, but then you see a bear head just go right across and bite on the side of her shoulder for 22 to hit.
22 is going to get that, yeah.
Definitely. It's a T8 plus 4. It's gonna be critical damage. I am on fire.
Excellent.
14 points of damage.
14. Wonderful.
Yeah. And then with that, I'm going to take my second attack and I'm just going to dig the bite a little bit deeper for 27 to hit.
That will still hit, yes.
Beautiful. And we're just going to dive right back on in for 13 points of damage.
Awesome.
And then just kind of look at her and go, I'm really enjoying my time, but my friends need me, so let's hurry this along.
As you deal that much damage in one turn, and the bear double bites her, she looks over at you and says, "I hate to go, but I'll see you later," and melts into a puddle. that disappears into the ground.
Disappears in the sense like she's dead or she's leaving.
Disappeared into the sense that they transformed into mud.
Okay. I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna go, and then touch the puddle, and then later.
As you move your hand away, a little bubble also pops up, and it is a little stinky.
Beautiful.
As
That's fine.
this mud hag appears again about 15 feet away from you. As they go,
Whew. All right, this is a safer distance.
Not really, because I still have my movement. I'm just gonna meet her where she is.
Rosha's just like, is it though?
Is it? Not really.
walks right up.
And that's me. That's me.
And as you do,
I love it when my food comes to me.
and she's gonna slice at you again with 2 more of these claw attacks. And I was not gonna do that. That's gonna be an 8.
Nope.
And that's also not gonna do it. That's gonna be an 11.
Nope.
As both of these just miss. As she looks like she's getting a little bit,
It's funny that you mentioned
it's working.
food. It's funny that you mentioned food in a time like this because I find myself very hungry.
Ileana, you are contesting the rule of 3. What would you like to do next?
It's fitting because we've established that the rule of 3 is the child of a demon lord, and I am the child of an archfey, so it's fitting us going not quite toe to toe, but within 60 feet of each other. Yeah, as Gren kind of swoops in and does Fury of Blows, I will kind of lean to the side again, blow a breath out and steady my aim, and whip one of my soul blades kind of in a curve around Gren to hit the rule of 3.
Excellent.
An 18, which does not hit.
It's not gonna
It
make
goes
it.
past him, and I concentrate on it, and it curves back. And I will expend a psionic die for homing blades.
Okay,
Plus 6, 24.
that will hit.
Awesome. 31 points of psychic damage as it misses, curves back, and goes through his neck.
Oh Lord.
Woo! 31 indeed. All right. As this psionic blade boomerangs back and gets him in a direction that he was not expecting to be got from, as he lets out this one of the first real cries of pain that you've heard from this entity in this battle.
I'll shout to the party, keep the pressure on.
Ah! And he growls at you, baring his teeth, as you can see that he is holding his neck. That one was a doozy of a hit for him.
I'll bare my teeth back and they change into fangs, and I'll bare my teeth back at him.
Excellent.
Ooh, I see this and I look at Grin again and go.
Oathie.
Just don't.
I've closed the gap between me and the sea hag, right?
Yes.
And then also another question: are they? I can't remember which hags are fiends and which ones aren't. Is this one also a fiend?
The sea hag is a fae.
Fae. Okay. So no extra smite damage if I hit.
Yeah, not for these two.
Oathie's gonna do like the Oathie special. Just run that last little bit, throw down the stepladder shield, and make a 2-handed attack down.
Okay.
And as Oathie flies through the air with a 20.
When he's gonna hit?
Fantastic. So that's going to be 1d10 plus 7, and then I'm adding a tier 2 smite on that.
Excellent.
So that will use a second level spell slot. And add... where did it go? So that's 2d8 plus 2d8, so 4d8 more.
Okay.
So that is 31 on the first attack.
Excellent.
So yeah, Othi takes that last few steps forward, throws down the shield, walks up the step ladder, and just jumps down, two-handed hammer right down on this hag's head with smite, and then we're gonna twist and bring the hammer back up. Go aim for under the chin.
All right.
Let's see how we do. Uh, 27.
That'll hit.
Fantastic. And we're gonna do the same thing. So that is 8 plus 16. So that is gonna be, what is that, 24?
Okay. Awesome.
So that's what, 24 and 31. So like that's 55 damage total.
Yeah, you they had 55 damage dealt to them with all of the attacks that had happened to them already. So nice.
Yep. And Othi just looks up and's like, "Hi, get the fuck out of my city."
As she looks back at you
You pathetic little sniveling urchin.
and puts her hands out. And we'll go with you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
All right. $20.
Nice. As you see that this hag magic emanates from her hands, from her fingertips, from the beds of her nails, as it starts to wrap around you, Obsidian starts to laugh in your head. And it doesn't take hold. As she looks over at you,
What are you?
And Othi just sort of smacks her hammer in the palm of her hand a couple times, goes, "I'm Othi Stonebreaker, and if you don't leave, I'm going to be Othi Hag Killer."
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben, what are you up to?
Ben is giving these hellhounds the stink eye, and he kind of mutters, usually I'm a dog person, but I think for you I'm going to make an exception. And he's going to back up just enough that the portal he has conjured will be out of range. And he's going to cast Thunder Wave
Okay.
at the second level. And that will be a DC 18. I believe it's a Constitution save. Oh, are you kidding me?
Well, let's see how they do.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, that's an 18 also anyway.
Well, he's not really happy with the hounds there, but he's not going to waste his chance. So it looks like there's at least one party member on every demon and or hag, or at least every major one. Okay. How are the masses of demons progressing across this clearing?
Yeah, they're still moving through. It is, again, slower now that it's not a flat surface in front of them, but they seem to have gotten the general idea of climbing over all of this rubble that's in front of them. And the rubble only exists for about 15, 20 or so feet at the beginning of the portal. So they are afterwards just continuing to run into the forest in the direction of the city. Very few of them seem to be really giving any second look towards the altercation that's happening here. They seem to be on a mission.
Well, it's only going to do so much, but he's gonna drop down onto the other side of that crystal where he can reach his portal again, and aim for kind of the front, across the front of the crowd of demons. Not quite the opposite end of the mass, but about 20 feet in. And we're going to reach in and pull, roll a 2d8 and see what we get. Oh, sorry. That was 1d8. Oh, we rolled doubles. So let's roll a d. Oh my god. Oh, this is a fun one since I lined them up. That will be a DC 18 Constitution save.
For who?
For everybody in a 120-foot long, 10-foot wide line.
Okay.
For 59 radiant damage.
All right. From your positioning, all of the main entities are lined up in not a direct line of each other. But no matter who you choose, there are plenty of demons that are behind them that will get hit by this.
Yeah, I was kind of aiming towards the front of the pack of all of the little army that was coming across. So like across the line of the masses. So not at any of the main ones, because it's like, I don't know what's going to come out of here, and I don't want to be aimed directly at a party member.
Fair enough. Yeah, and they collectively did not do well. They rolled a 2. So as this blast of gamma energy erupts, you can tell that these beams have dealt with a lot of damage before. But
yeah, it almost looks like 2 little stars come out, and they kind of spiral around each other and collapse into one another. And when they do, there's a flash, and one beam kind of gets swallowed back up into the portal, and the other one goes shooting across into kind of the front line of the mob that's coming across.
And every single one that it touches obliterates and lights up in this radiant fire.
And with what little movement I have left, and I think it's like 15 feet, I'm going to use that as flight to get off the ground away from these cell house as much as I can. And that is my turn.
Fair enough.
Oh, rolling same numbers on those d8s is. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen at all. That makes me so happy.
Baron, what are you up to?
Shit. Everything's kind of on fire. All right, so Marosha has gone off a little bit to deal with the other hag, and the other 2 are both still around 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're currently right next to Marosha.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought Marosha followed the hag at the end of his turn.
Oh, yeah. So I suppose they're about 15 feet away from you.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
cool.
Good. Yes, I know what you mean.
Theater of the mind. Theater of the mind.
Forgot to move my dice.
Gosh, I have too many sheets open. Let's see. Yeah, I think. All right, cool. So, Baron is going to, having suffered the indignity of being controlled and being turned on a friend, and all of that stuff. Baron's going to whip around to the rule of 3, and is going to whisper in a harsh, piercing voice, easily heard over the din.
You are not Varen's friend. Varen knows its friends.
And is going to will slowly start that weird bone crunching that happens, but this time instead of the skin kind of melding and turning in on itself, it juts out from each of the joints, and it seems like the fur kind of hardens and gets a different texture. And shortly, there is standing in front not merely a giant tree that appears to be moving very threateningly, but as soon as it comes into play, all of its what looked like it was just the foliage lights up in the same brilliant green flame that Varen keeps its little dens lit with, and goes into a full zealot rage with radiant damage and full movement as far as I can get to the rule of 3.
You can absolutely get there, yeah.
Great. I can't do anything, but I'm there.
All right, sweet. And as you run the distance that it takes, you just ran to get to Morosha. You might not notice it yourself, but you all notice that the temperature rises a little bit around you. And from above the tree line, in the darkness, you see a vibrant flash of light that shines overhead, and a wave of warmth that comes over you as nothing close to you changed. But you get the sense in yourself that the demons have reached the city, and that wave of energy is the Summer Queen, using her own magics to defend Maya. And you can feel it from here. As you also hear soft growling in the forest. And Ileana, you look back, and those of you who are standing next to the edge of the clearing and looking out at the wave of fiends that are running through, catch a glimpse of several large bears, led by one that is massive in size, wearing a crown of brambles. It looks over at you, growls lowly, and you see a handful of bears now also getting in the mix. They're not in your general area. They seem to be more focused on the rest of the fiends that are coming out and entering the forest. But it looks like the Bear King and some reinforcements have arrived. As the rule of 3 looks over and sees you, Ileana, pulls out a wicked-looking dagger that curves several times and spits onto it as it lights up in this dark purple energy. As he tosses it to his other hand, let's go. And he runs straight at you. And he's going to make the 60 feet right up to you, and he's going to melee attack, and that's going to be a.
Does that provoke an attack?
If he is, yes, actually, he's running right past you.
Okay.
So that would be. Go ahead and roll your reaction for that. Yeah.
Tree.
Wait, so the Bear King's not with us?
The Bear King is in the battlefield. He's not immediately in your vicinity, but he's looks like they are dealing with at least stopping some of the horde that is coming through.
All right, that is a 17 to hit.
17 is not going to make it.
Damn. Oh well.
As Ileana, he runs straight up to you, and that's going to be a unnatural 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's going to be 6 piercing damage with this dagger. Oh, I'm sorry, 7 piercing damage with this dagger. And go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Is this first poison versus poison?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have advantage on that.
Excellent.
It's good because my con save is not good. 18?
18 is going to succeed. Nice. Not, oof, that would have been a bummer for you. You still get a little bit of poison damage, but you are not poisoned. You're still going to take 10 poison damage, but it could have been worse. As he's going to strike at you again with a dagger. But that is only going to be a 10, which is not going to make it. As you are now, toe-to-toe with the rule of 3. As more fiends rush through the portal, these hellhounds look over at you, Ben, and they proceed to walk forward.
He is still 15 feet in the air, courtesy wing
in that
boots.
case, yeah, they're staring straight up at you. The one that hasn't used his fire cone breath yet is about to right now. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw for me, please, Ben.
Okay. That's a 20.
That's going to be plenty, as this blast of flame and heat and energy erupts out of the mouth of this hellhound as you just are able to soar right above it. Especially with the blessing of the Summer Queen. Well, you missed anyway, but it missed anyway. But it's a nice little toast, a little warm feeling in this cold forest that you find yourself in. Gren, what are you up to?
Okay. Well, first, Gren will look back towards Ben. Sorry, apologize. And I'm going to drop concentration on Shield of Faith, which I've had this whole time. And I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians, which I forgot to drag to my Roll20 sheet. Yay. In addition to that, I'm going to drop within 5 feet of the rule of 3 near Varen. Still going to be like 10 feet off the ground. Spirit Guardians. And as a bonus action, I'm going to look at Varen and give him a help action to attack the rule of 3.
Okay.
Did that go through?
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So I believe you have advantage on the next attack, and also when you do make that attack, you add my proficiency modifier as well.
Oh, damn.
So you'll be adding another +4 to whatever attack you make and have advantage.
Nice. Thank you.
And I've got a field of stars around around the rule of 3, me and Varen. Because I summoned my Spirit Guardians.
Excellent.
And that's my whole turn. That's all I can do.
Marosha.
Okay, so everything is kicking off. The party's just started, feels like. I'm going to reach on my back belt and I'm going to take out that bark that Varen gave me, and I'm going to look at it and I'm just going to go, I mean, right now it's as good as time as any. And still kind of confusingly looking at it, I take a bite out of it. Just a big old chunk of that bark. And I think with that, what happens is that I kind of start to convulse a little bit, similar to how Varen convulses, and I'm currently on the ground in front of the hag. Hopefully she's confused about what's going on. And
What?
As I'm doing that, it's just I don't know if this is a good idea. And then you just see Marosha morph into a giant black bear. So now he's an actual bear, thanks to Varen's help. It would be the same attributes of a polar bear, but just for spice, I thought it would be cool to be a black bear. And it's one of those kind of like the opening scene of Terminator, like when he stands and it's the smoke. It's just like a slow rise in front of the hag, and just snarling, looking at her. And I'm gonna go for another bite attack on her.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do this. That is a 18 to hit.
An 18's gonna hit.
Beautiful. And that's 1d8 plus 5. Sick. Okay. 11. And then I'm still raging because I've been taking some hits. 13 points of damage.
Okay. Excellent.
And so with the bear attributes, I do still have multi-attack. So I'm going to take a claw swipe at her as well. Oh, and that's going to be a lot. 17 plus 7. It's to hit. So it's what? 24.
That'll still hit. Yeah.
Beautiful. And oh, this one's better. Okay. Oh, that's crit damage. So that's 12. So it's 2d6. I got 2 6s. That's 12. 17, being that it's also a claw attack. That's 3 additional 18, 20 points of damage.
Excellent. What a move. As you can tell that she was not prepared for those two attacks. She's still up, but that was a lot of damage you have just dealt in one turn.
Yeah, and so now she's got to face this stupid huge bear now. And I think it's just more so the fact that like I know that like there's the Bear King behind us, and I'm feeling everything. I'm just like, yeah, bear. We're just gonna keep it going, bear. So beautiful, and I'm just staring like right into her eyes, like I'm ready. I'm ready.
And she is going to strike out at you with 2 more claw attacks. And that's going to be a 23.
Gonna use my reaction if I can.
Okay.
24 AC. So it's
right.
it's a D8 plus my AC, which is 17. I rolled a 7.
Excellent. So that blocked the first attack. Second attack, natural 20.
Nah, well, here we go.
As the second claw attack for you is going to hit you with 14 slashing damage.
Is that half to 8?
7.
7. Oh, you said 14, sorry.
Yep. All right.
Cool. We're partying still.
Yeah, you got a new bucket full of health. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Ileana, you're toe-to-toe with a rule of 3.
But he looks like he's hurt now, right?
You definitely got him bad. Yeah.
Okay. I've hit him like 3 or 4 times for 30 plus damage.
Oh, so yeah, he's teetering.
Okay. I don't want to spend a full action on it, but if you'll let me do it for flavor, with the Bear King showing up, I think I would like to let my features shift to Princess Lorelei.
Okay.
I think because this is a desperate situation, so it would make sense that she might be in the field. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Shifts, hair goes long, and I just glare up at who I'm assuming is taller than me. Glare up at the rule of 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he stands about 7.5 feet tall.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I should run. Fuck. I just stare up at him. You are not welcome here. And I will, again, as I thrust upwards, my blade, my soul blade forms in my hand. I'm gonna steady aim and throw it all into this attack again.
Okay.
Oh, this is incredibly stupid. 25.
25 is gonna hit.
I am never going to see a crit on Penumbra. It's never gonna happen. This entire season.
Hey, you lied to a demon lord's face earlier, so
That's true. That's 33 points of psychic damage as I jab it
Another-
up underneath his chin.
all right. As he is still up, but it looks like not by very much. As this black ichor starts to leak down, as he just looks at you, wild-eyed, and starts to laugh. As he looks down, towering above you, hurt certainly, but unwavering. Othi, what are you up to?
Well, I'm assuming the hag has not relented and run away yet, right?
Nope.
All right. Well, looks like I'm working on becoming Oathie hag killer then. We're gonna rinse and repeat on the hammer attacks.
Okay.
That's a 28.
That'll hit.
And then I've got 1 second level spell slot left. So we're gonna throw smite at second level on that.
Okay.
That's +7, so that's 7, 8, 9, that's 11 plus 23, so that's 34 on the first attack.
Okay.
And assuming she's still standing.
Well, so that's a lot of damage. This first attack goes through. Othi, what does this look like? As you become Othi Hag Killer.
So awesome. So yeah, Othi kind of waits a second, like gives the hag a chance to run away, and then when she doesn't, she's like, "Can't say I didn't warn you," and then just sort of swings back and like baseball bat style, just right at the head, just wham.
She did try and turn you into an urchin, but yeah. As Obsidian moves through and this hag just in a wave of ocean water that is dark and murky as it splashes all around. There's no more hag.
Awesome. For the rest of my turn, I'm gonna walk back, pick up my shield, and then kind of look out over the battlefield, and get ready to start heading after the rule of 3 to go help Ileana.
Okay.
On my next turn.
Ben, you're floating in the air.
And really, really sick of these hellhounds. He's gonna stay hovering, and he kind of glares down. Now, look, I'm all for positive reinforcement, but it is gonna be a cold day in hell when I just let y'all bite me in the ass. And he is gonna pull out a set of smithing tongs and aim for one of the hellhounds and cast Ray of Frost.
Excellent.
That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Oh my god. Well, that would have been if I had got the advantage. That'd be 15 cold damage.
Okay. And with that blast of cold damage, this hellhound freezes in place. This one's out. You go one more.
Since he has all his movement, he is once again going to jump down. Let's see. The mud hag is still up, right? But is engaged with Marosha. Ileana is right next to the rule of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, oh, this got tricky. Is anybody right next to the portal?
No.
Goody! Don't know if this will work.
Okay.
But he is gonna take aim at the portal.
Alright.
And kind of reach into that bubble of space again. And fling something out. We will see if we get a 3. Oh, that's not gonna do it. because that'll be, once again, we get one of those vivid blue-green comets. And I mean, if the portal has a DC 18, it'll probably hit the ground, and anything within 5 feet, DC 18 dexterity saving throw.
And all of those demons that are traveling through right this second, you obliterate another wave of them.
Oh, so I guess we don't have to worry about them being poisoned. They're just gone. So
They're just gone.
okay. Well, no effect on the portal. I guess a comet was going to do it, but
You did notice that some of the things that flew into the portal area didn't come out the back.
Oh, so this is it's not a through and through. It's into a plane then.
That is a great takeaway.
He's gonna actually move up a little higher to about 20 feet and hope that's out of fire range.
All right. Awesome. Farron, what are you up to?
Well, when Marosha used the bark, the kind of like glowing, burning leaves started to like flutter and fly off of the shrub, the tree, the giant tree. Which, so mechanical purposes, dropping my wild shape, dropping my rage, so I could have cast polymorph. And then I think, Varen is going to turn and gesture to the giant, to the bear that's there now, and is going to shout amongst the din of battle.
Everyone, witness the fist of Pirano, bulwark of the shore.
And will, make room for everyone to witness the giant bear. And will. How far away is the Tides guy again?
Which one?
Oh nope, can't do that anyways. Shit. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was my bonus action. No. I actually don't have anything that I can do, since casting polymorph would have been the action, and the bonus action would have been to drop the wild shape. So I'm just gonna go and it seems like Ileana. Yeah, I'm gonna go and try and back up Ileana or Penumbra, I guess now, and that'll be it for me.
Excellent. As the Bear King and the bears start to take off some of the fiends in the woods as they all run through, and you can hear the screams of these fiends and the growls of the bears both colliding in the middle of this forest, as once again flashes of bright light and warmth of summer hit your soul, hit your body in waves, as the rule of 3 with you, Ileana, is down. It doesn't really matter, but I'll get you one day. And he stabs at you again. That's going to be a 17 or a 27 to hit.
It's two very different numbers.
Yes, very different numbers.
Went from a miss to a hit.
Yep. Whoops.
Am I within range of the you literally just said its name. The rule 3.
Yeah, I think you're within 30 feet, right above him.
Give me temp HP last turn.
Didn't I? But I rolled. I was going to say, because at the start of his turn, if I was in range of, Spirit Guardian's range, he should have taken 3d8.
Oh, then he
Radiant.
will do that right now.
DC 18 Wisdom
DC
save.
8 Wisdom save. That is going to be 19 on that one.
Damn.
Is there any damage for a success? Or
Half as much on a success.
Okay.
So I rolled 17. That's half to 9? 8?
all right,
8.
awesome. as these stars and celestial bodies stick to the rule of 3 and start to sizzle and burn, as that definitely did hurt him, but not as much as it could have. As he looks down at you and hits you, Ileana, with the blade. And that's going to be 17 piercing damage for this hit.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay.
So that's 9.
And his second attack is going to come in at a 17. Oh, an 18 to hit.
Oh, that just hits.
Oof. All right, that's okay. It's only another 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
As he quickly gets you twice in the side. And as he's doing this, he's not breaking eye contact. The smile is only widening. As more fiends continue to rush through the portal. And the Hellhounds start trying to get you, Ben. As one of them leaps up, that's going to be a disadvantage. That's not going to make it. It'll snip right underneath your feet.
One of them is still frozen, right?
Oh, then there's only one of them. That one's not going to be. Yeah, what the frozen one is out. I forgot that one got frozen. Excellent. As the one that is still up, very barely, it's just nipping at your heels, but a little bit underneath you. Gren, you see the rule of 3 and Ileana and a fight. There's a Hellhound nipping at Ben. There's a couple other things happening. What are you up to?
Okay. I'm gonna get right up on the rule of 3. I'm trying to hit it with my hammer.
Okay.
Jeez, what's going on my sheet? Greg, help me here. Are we flanking at all, or?
You can angle that. He's definitely in a fight right now with Ileana.
I can angle for some.
Yeah.
Blanket advantage. That's nice. Windows, can you not be like this? I actually can't see what I've rolled because Windows will close something. 21.
As you swing at the rule of 3, he, without even really breaking eye contact with Ileana, just catches your attack with his hand.
Okay.
This 21's not going to hit.
Second attack. What is...
29, however,
Nice.
will.
29. Oh, so close to it. Natural 20. I'm gonna roll some damage on that.
Okay.
Sorry, my roll 20's being a little slow.
No worries.
Seven damage.
Yeah.
Keep stunning strike.
Well,
Right,
you
that's
don't even
about
really need that, because as you sneak up on the rule of 3, Gren, what does this look like? As you
No.
sneak up and finish this fight after barely being in this one. Just stole Ileana's kill.
doesn't make any sense. I think it's almost like a bird dropping in on unsuspecting prey. There's no sound as Gren, who's sort of been hovering pretty high above the battlefield, mostly just catching things off guard, just drops down almost like a Peter Pan swoop with a hammer and just hits him center in the back.
After he deflected your first one, you use the ricochet to come around and get him again. As you slam the rule of 3 in the back of the head, Ileana, he's still not breaking eye contact with you, as he felt very confident about this maneuver. As you see his face start to change and this feeling of fear as his body doesn't fall, but it floats up into the air very briefly, and you see that he starts to disapparate and starts to become this black swirling fog, and almost every part of him vanishes except for a few items that he was holding as his dagger falls and a pair of spectacles fall, and you see all of this black smoke gets sucked up into the ring that he was wearing as the ring falls as well. Marosha, you're still busy.
Oh, I thought it was over.
What are
no,
you
no,
up to?
we're in here. No, I'm just gonna keep chipping away at this hag. I got unresolved business. So I'm gonna go in for another bite. Let's do this. Oh no. What is that? It's a 13 to hit.
30's not going to make it.
No. Okay. Well, then we're gonna go for the second attack on a claw. And that one's a little bit better. And it's a 22.
22 will hit.
Beautiful. So that's with my claw. Hold on. What? I just had it up. Okay, there we go. That's going to be. Oh, I rolled the wrong thing. This claw hits 2d6. 2, 6, 7, 8. 16 points of damage on that claw hit.
Marosha, you and this mud hag have been having difficulties for a little while. And they've been flirting and roasting and, counteracting and being there for you since the beginning of your journey with these people that you've met. What does it look like as you come out victorious in this altercation?
I think as Marosha makes that claw swipe, and he can definitely see in the hag's face that this is it. Like, this is the final blow. I feel like it's all in bullet time. Her body goes limp and she's slowly falling backwards, and Marosha drops his shape and he grabs her before she hits the ground. And he looks at her and he goes, "Maybe in another life," and kisses the top of her forehead and then gently puts her on the ground.
And as she sits on the ground, yeah, I figured it out. She slowly melts away into muck and mud and becomes once again one with the Feywild. As battle rise, and you look around to see this portal start to flicker. And you see the pendant that the Rule of Three was wearing also on the ground as it starts to also flicker. And the light of the pendant fades as the portal vanishes. The fiends that are already here are already here. And you can hear off in the distance the Bear King and his comrades, as well as the city, defending themselves. As you take a moment to breathe, but only just a moment, as Ileana, you hear in your head a voice, as from the ground comes a thick root that wasn't there previously. As you, Ileana, hear the voice of Emintiez, the king of the trees, whom you know as a member of the council. say to you, "They've breached the vaults. Hurry. We need your help." As the route starts to light up and open up as a portal into Ementiez's root dungeon has appeared in front of you. You still have the items that were dropped by the rule of 3. If you'd like to gap those. The
We'll
choice is up to you.
Scoop those up, and I'll turn to everyone else. They need to set the vault. They're inside already, and I will just jump through the portal, not waiting to see if anybody follows.
Okay.
Oath, he
Yeah,
starts.
Varen's with you.
Yeah, I think at this point, all of us, like the adrenaline's going, we're all jumping through the portal.
And I will keep Lorelei's face because I don't know. I think it will either inspire people or get guards to fight with us. We'll see.
Excellent.
I will fly through because I'm classic.
Oathie turns to ask, like, who needs healing? Oh, okay, we're just going. Okay. He starts running towards the portal.
And one by one, as you all jump in, Viren, right before you jump in, you look into the forest and you see looking back at you the visage of the Bear King, hellhound in mouth draped. And he just nods at you. And he moves back into the forest as you jump in. And that's what we'll pick up for our final episode next week.
Fantastic. That was amazing.
Oh,
All right.
phase 1.
We're going to go on a raid here shortly, but before we do, I want to give everybody a chance to say what their favorite moment was, and where we can find them next, anything they'd like to share or plug. And we'll do reverse order, so we'll start with Andy. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Hey, wow, so many really cool parts, actually. I really like all the ways that you all describe your spells and how you do things that really emanate with your character really, really well. And I think there a few really interesting parts popped up like that today, like the bark with Viren and Marosha. Excellent. And I'm so glad we got to have you use that portal finally. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of cool little bits that happen throughout. A lot of the character interactions, especially right at the beginning. I really like that part. That was really cool to see. As far as where you can find me next, I'll be here next week as we finish up this and see what happens next at the end. Besides that, I'll be on the internet every once in a while. You can find me at Twitter, Martinez Tweets, Twitch, Martinez Streams. I started playing, what did I start playing the other week? Tie 2, the Australian Outback. That's not the name of it, but we throw boomerangs and look at Australian animals. It's pretty sick. I'll probably be doing one of those again, maybe on, not this week, and actually have a wedding to go to. That's neither here nor there. But we'll be back on and do things for fun every now and then. Later, though, you're going to see us in, it's really fun, actually. I very much recommend Tai 2, Australian Outback. That's not the name. I'm going to stop trying. The second game, though, the other ones are platformers. This is an open world game. It's very different than all of their Thai games. Either way, eventually we're going to be in that Emergent Code podcast that you were hearing a little bit about earlier. We've been building some characters which look fantastic, and looking at some really interesting Earth dynamics that we have going on. So it'll be really cool to see the characters start to grow and move throughout that. So you'll see the first episode in a few months, but we'll get there. It's looking really cool right now. I'm really excited about that. I think that'll do it for me for today. Great. I'm really excited for next week, wrapping up season 2.
Awesome. Me too. Zan, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
I'm still reeling from all that. My cheeks hurt like hell from smiling so much this whole session. It's just been so good. I think that my favorite part was seeing, like, everybody, there seems to be this like big split between roleplay versus combat, and it seems like a lot of folks think that the two are mutually exclusive, but I love the role play that came out during combat. Like there were entire relationships in the 18 seconds that we were fighting, and it was so good to watch. It was just great. It was really good. I don't have words for it, but it was wonderful, and I did really I did really enjoy seeing that Varen apparently gets uncomfortable with people talking about protecting it. Didn't realize that was a thing, but apparently it is. Yeah, and so I'm Zan. I'm Zanity TTRPG most places. I'm doing a lot of cool stuff, so I will try to go through it super quick. But I am a therapeutic GM, a voice actor, streamer, content creator, all the good stuff. What I got going on right now is I've got a few games up on Start Playing going on next month, whether campaign or one shot. Currently, my Prize Fighters game, a Beam Saber short story inspired by Magus XLR, G Gundam, and Zoid's New Century, is sitting at 4 out of 6 players. So if you want to get on that, definitely do it. It's going to start at the beginning of next month. It's going to be a really great time. I also have an Afterlife Wandering Souls games on Saturday afternoons and an Orbital Blues games on Saturday evenings as well. As was mentioned, you should definitely keep your ears peeled, sure, for the Emergent Code. I will not be doing a terrible voice like I am for Varen, much to my throat's rejoicing. You should also come and check if you're going to be at PAX this weekend. You should check me out on Friday, where I am moderating the Getting Inspired, Can an RPG Really Teach Sign Language panel, going over, I'm going to be working with some really cool educators and illustrators and folks who have worked with the Rich from Hatchling Games to create Inspirals, an RPG designed to encourage the use of sign language in the not deaf community, not great, right? In the hearing community. That's it, the hearing community. And on Saturday I am speaking at the Can We Finally Admit That Games Should Be in a Classroom at 1:30. So that one's going to be really cool as well. That's me, another mental health professional, a librarian, and a few educators. Just going to be it's going to be such a fun time. And I think that check out Ghost on a Train. I got some stuff coming out for that real quick. I've got Super Suits. Wow. Maybe I think maybe the first episode that I was in came out yesterday. I'm not sure. It was either yesterday or the next one. But definitely check that out. It's great. We're only 4 episodes in, so it's not too late to get caught up. And definitely go check out The Gorgon Show. It won a whole sweep of categories at the Audioverse Awards, and I was lucky enough to be on it last year. So definitely go and check that out and listen to me showing up as a fun little Ozark howler, if you're not familiar with that cryptid. And that is everything.
Awesome. Par, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything you want to share or plug?
I think I don't know why I enjoyed this so much, but I felt like most of the combat for most of the party was sort of like a shonen anime, and then you get to Ben's turns, and it's like someone threw a huge mech or Gundam in the middle of the battlefield. So like every turn, you just have a huge ray flying across the field of battle, and no one's taking notice of it. It's just all happening in the background of like this gritty, like down to earth fight. It's so truly so much fun. You can find me on YouTube at Mr. Parr. You can find me on Twitch at Mr. Parr. And you also find me on Twitter at Mr. Parr4E. I think that's all I got going on right now.
All right. M, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share, plug?
Okay, favorite part, on the slightly selfish side, I was super excited to finally be able to use that, because it's technically been in my spell slots since the 9th level. And I started working on that thing weeks before the game started. And a huge thank you to Zan for helping me work on it, and to Andy for approving this absolute nonsense. It was super fun. Also, yes, to the roleplay and combat not having to be mutually exclusive. I absolutely love that pretty much every time we've had combat, we've had fun character interactions there. Like the biting into the bark thing and the farewell dear mud hag. As bad as I feel for Ileana. Also the 7 points of damage taking at the roll of 3. And also the moment Obsidian spoke and Othi was super, I just felt giddy for Othi just because she was so excited. And as much as Ben wasn't that excited for it, I really enjoyed the we gotta arm wrestle one more time. Yeah, just the whole thing was an absolute blast. I loved it. Yeah, I'm Emily. I'm at Timberdoodles on Twitter. I'm a digital artist. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna be throwing around as much outer space chaos in the vaults because that's a lot of AoE damage. See you next week.
Awesome. Next, Ian, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Man, the whole episode, however you want to call this, had like really good highlights. I guess one thing that I do want to highlight is I appreciate Par allowing Marosha to mess with Grin as much as possible. First it was the tents, and then now it's just like, who are you? And then now it's like, does your face change? Let me see. And I appreciate your willingness to allow me to do that. As well as like the whole relationship arc between me and this hag. Like we met, we flirted, we had a child, now I killed her, and it's just been crazy. And so that's the whole telenovela of just beautiful RPing. And yeah, there was just a bunch of stuff like Othi being John Wick, and then just Ileana changing and just being a badass in general, and Varen calling Marosh out on his bullshit. Like it was just so much. And then just been like, I just want to go home. Like I just Ben's the designated driver on a night out in Austin, and he's like, I just want to go home. And there was just so much to highlight. But yeah, no, it was just amazing. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on all social media, primarily Twitter. If you want to know what's going on in the TTRPG space that I'm doing, at your boy Big, which is YABOIBIG. Some bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline. I as well am excited for the Emerging Code podcast. The group is amazing. The art is amazing. The story, everything that we've been exposed to right now has just been awesome, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's definitely something to watch out for. The Magic RPG Icewind Dale second season campaign is going to be kicking back up on April the 2nd. So keep an eye on my Twitter for that. As well as on Times Lord Wife's channel, going to be part of a mini campaign, the Draken Riders campaign, to where it's pretty much how to train your dragon, but spicy, because the group decided to be all hot. So that's going to be fun to watch. And yeah, I'm probably forgetting something. Like I said, I need to organize my thoughts and my calendar, but yeah, just keep an eye on my socials. After that coming out of my mouth, that sounds completely douchey. I have to organize my calendar, but anyway, it's just stuff. So
It's just the thing we gotta do. It's fine.
yeah.
It's called being responsible. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. And Anna, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Yeah. I don't know. I live and die by my Google Calendar. Like if it's not on there, it doesn't happen.
Yep.
You have to have a calendar when you're streaming on different channels.
Things that I'm learning. Yeah.
Favorite part? You would expect me to say doing 130 plus damage to the rule of 3 and then Gren walking with the light hammer and smacking it for 7 to kill him. But I think my favorite part was the well, we all might die. Let's talk about what we should do if that's the case conversation at the beginning of the episode. That felt very grounded, and I like that a lot. Well, yeah, I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. As far as where to find me on Wednesday nights, you can find me over on Valdun's channel for Morphs in the Swamp Season 2. That is our Animorphs Blades in the Dark campaign. We're getting into Visser One's plan in the area. We don't really know what's going on. We think they're trying to make a big explosion to send somebody back in time, and we are trying to stop that because that's not good, having the Yerks in the past. So yeah, we have a great cast with that. If you love teen romance, teen drama, or trauma, or just child soldier stories, it's a great time. Friday night, you can find me over on the Lost Caravan for the first part of a Lancer 2-shot. I'll be part of one team on Friday night. There'll be another team on Saturday during the day, trying to accomplish the mission. We'll see how much we mess it up for the other team. That'll be a lot of fun if you enjoy giant mechs and those sorts of combats. Coming up soon, of course, watch out for U-Force Inheritance over on Thorny Dryad's channel, our Masks actual play. We have an amazing cast with that. I play a protege who has far too much responsibility on her shoulders. You can find that on demand, and we'll be coming up April 2nd with the next episode. After next week, on Tuesday nights, you'll be able to find me over on Ballad of the Seven Dice with Nostradamus Core. It is a brand new Lancer campaign that will be running for the next couple months. We have an interesting group of pilots for that one. So if you like chaos and death and things blowing up, come check that out. Also over on Lost Caravan, starting very soon on Saturdays, we have a Fabula Ultima game coming. That is a TTRPG inspired by the golden age of JRPGs. So if that is your sort of jam, come and check it out. We have amazing art coming for that soon. If you enjoy Lancer, check out Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We've been described as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. So if that sounds interesting, find us anywhere you normally get your podcast. We are back from hiatus with our most ambitious episode yet. So come and see what all that fuss is about. You can find us on Twitter at RTOmnicron. And of course, as has been mentioned many times already, Emergent Code, an upcoming Animon story podcast taking cues from Digimon Survive and Digimon Tamers. Again, another amazing cast. We're seeing all of the art coming out from that. We've been talking about character building and the story. It's going to be a very, very fun time. For now, follow us on Twitter at Emergent Code Pod for updates. Keep an eye out for that.
Awesome. That just leaves me my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie, getting Othi getting a new name was pretty awesome. That whole interaction was really fun, just getting to watch the hag be like, "What are you?" Just to this little hobbit paladin or halfling paladin. Was pretty cool. But I also loved, all the role playing that happened during combat, the really cool descriptions, like especially all the stuff that was happening with Ben's tattoos and everything. All of that was just really cool, and I really enjoyed the like team dynamic. Like we were all facing our own opponents essentially, but we just sort of fell into this formation naturally and helped each other out where we could. I thought it was really cool. It felt very like what you'd see in like this epic movie, you know, where the team all just naturally flows into combat. But the whole thing was amazing. Everybody did such a good job and had such cool descriptions for everything their character was doing. I loved the literally toxic relationship with Marosha and the Mud Hag, and that conclusion was great. Everything was just fantastic. I had so much fun. Where you can find me next? Let's see. We'll be next Tuesday back here for the finale. And then after that, you won't see me again until April, probably, as I am getting ready to move. A somewhat unscheduled move. So it's been a bit stressful. But once that's all done, I should be good to go for more stuff. We'll wrap up Animus probably in the months following April. And then we'll see where we go from there. Also at the end of April, I'm going to be over on Rafiki's channel. Drawing a blank on the channel name. Greater Restoration for a charity stream. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be in a Blades in the Dark game. So I don't have like total details on that yet, but that'll be sometime at the end of April, and that's going to be pretty fun. I think that's pretty much it for where you can find me next. Other things to share or plug. I am running games over on Start Playing Games. Every Friday, I have a game called Badlands, which is a time-traveling horror game utilizing Monster of the Week. It's a fully original campaign that I wrote myself, and it's a lot of fun. We're getting into some really interesting, really trippy stuff with time travel and paradoxes, and the fact that time doesn't like paradoxes. So definitely come check that out if that sounds like your cup of tea. And then every other Thursday, starting this Thursday, I'm doing a The Last of Us inspired campaign where the party will be trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, essentially, in the ruins of Salt Lake City. So it's going to be a really fun game where you can actually use Google Maps as your game map. So I'll be following basically everything that's currently in Salt Lake City, just fast forward 20 years after apocalypse. So it'll be really fun. I'm really looking forward to that one. There's currently 3 seats open for that one and 2 seats open for Badlands. And then I've got some one-shots coming up and stuff too that you can sign up for that are going to be 50% off, which is always great. I think that's about it. Also, sponsors, Fundamental RPG. It's what we're going to be using for the Last of Us game that I mentioned. It's a simple D20 system. It's not tied to a genre. I've used it to play high fantasy, sci-fi, paranormal investigation, like literally anything you can think of for a genre, you can use this system for. It's really versatile. You can pick it up on Amazon if you want the physical books, or if you want the free quick play guide or just the PDF, you can grab those over at my coffee shop, which is at the bottom of the screen. Just coffee.com/Raven. And then Die Hard Dice. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and accessories. And if you use the code Blackfeather, you can get 10% off, which is pretty great. And then finally, go check out Children and Champions of the Fae. It's a supplement for D&D 5th edition, and it's we've been using a lot of stuff from that in this campaign. It's been really cool. And I think that's everything. So we're going to go on a raid. We're going to go raid Nerdsmith. They're super awesome. Give them a follow if you're not doing so already. And then I will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.